It's time for the main course in my blind date journal. So the main course, in German Hauptspeise, shall be an Austrian stew, hopefully that's the right translation, made out of an envelope, some fabric and tiny buttons. So in German that would be österreichisches Eintopfgericht aus Briefumschlag, Stoff und Knöpfchen. Congratulations! Hi there, this is Luisa Heinzel. Welcome to my channel Junk Journal Art and welcome to another episode of the Blind Date Journal Project with Susanne from Bollenhut Art. So as you can see, my journal is here on my desk. In my last video I have shown you that it arrived here at my desk again. So I have to work in my own journal today. And for this main course I have already recorded the German version of my video. Because of that you can see this little label here already glued into my journal. And I would like to show you some kind of different ways to include envelopes into your journal or make envelopes in your journal even if you don't have put them into the journal when you have sewed it together. So here I've made a little example. So this is the flap of the envelope, obviously. And then you can make it like this. And you can see here is obviously an envelope. And on the other side, you have this little window that's typically for some envelopes. We have a postage stamp, here this little postmark, so that this looks like it is an envelope when you flip it like this. But I haven't put an envelope into my journal when I have sewed it together. So I have made this flip here out of a page that was in my journal. I have glued this on top and made this little thingy here to put this little guy here and some buttons as well. And I would like to make a second similar thing in my journal for this video because I can't reproduce this. I think that would be not so nice as it is now here. So I would like to try to do something similar with the same idea behind. So let's choose a page where we perhaps can do that. I want to have a page that's perhaps in the other direction. I mean, this envelope normally is meant to use like this. You would open it like this, and also this window, normally it would be like this. I've decorated it in this way, but when you get it, you would probably open it in this direction and cut it here. So I would like to try to find a page where we perhaps can do that a little bit different or a little bit smaller or something like that. So let's see. Such a small page would also be great for that, but this is a little bit irregular here. I want to have this rectangle shape. How can I manage that? This would be really easy. Here we have an envelope, but I don't want to go that way. Let's see. I want to use some of Barbara's papers as well. So these printables come from 49 Dragonflies online shop. And I want to include those into my project as well. And I have some more of her stuff printed out already that I want to use for decoration and that stuff. Okay, so what about this page? I want to try to make a smaller envelope out of this page. So I will very carefully tear this here, approximately, I think until here. And then I will just fold this here like this. And now I have the problem, of course, that the other page is teared as well. I mean, the second part of this page. So I will just search for that page should be this one, I think. But that's really sturdy in there. I just thought that I have to put some washi tape or something like that there, but it seems to be really sturdy there. So if you have that problem, I even can't find the page. If you have that problem, no, it has to be this one here. If you have that problem and you realize here, as you can see, this comes out here now, then you can just take a piece of washi tape. I will just use, no, not this one. I will use something that matches the colors. Yeah, perhaps this one. You can take some washi tape and just put that here. I like to add some additional glue to my washi tape as well, because, you know, washi tape sticks not so very well. So I will just take it like this, put some glue here, and then just, oopsala, sorry, put that here so that this other page can't fall out. And this also looks some kind of interesting, I would say. So when we have that and this page is secure, then we can go back to this page. As I said, I've just folded that, and now I want to build the flip of this envelope out of this page. So I'm turning it like this, folding it back, and then I just try to eyeball the middle of this whole thing. Oh, that was definitely not the middle. What's that? Okay, so we will let it overlap a little bit so that I get the same angle here and on the other side. Now when we fold that down, we have this little envelope looking flip. Then we can just fold that back for a moment and glue this down. Like this. And I think it would look nice if we would round the corner of this little guy there. So let's try that. I will put this into here. And we have a round corner now. Okay, so then I would like to distress the edges of this flip a little bit. Susanne has gave me this strange paper. I don't know for what I need that, but it's a great paper to protect my page underneath so that I can easily go over this thing here with my Distress Oxide ink. Now I'm just thinking about something. When I flip this, this looks a little bit strange on the one hand. On the other hand, I have a problem with this little thing here. I don't know if when I put this, when I flip this, that looks a little bit strange. And it will be destroyed with the time, I would say. So I will put a tiny bit of glue here, just to the edge, and a little bit here to this flap, this thing, to glue that down here so that this is a tuck spot later, and you can use it to stick something in here. Put something in here. Okay, so let's let this dry for a moment. And this is the back side of the envelope, of course. I think you can recognize that as an envelope. And for this side, I would like to have such a little window here with this plastic foil as well. And I want to decorate this in a similar style like I did it here. Here I've added those buttons to this little window thingy here. I'm not sure if I will do that here as well, because I want to have this as some kind of a special thing. I don't want to overload this too much and do it here again. I don't know until now. Let's see, but let's first create this window here. So for the other envelope, I've just made such a template and then I've laid that here to my page. By the way, you can see that in my German video. So even if you don't understand German, I think you can follow by watching the video. It is linked down below this video as well. So I've put that here as a little template, and then I've drawn around and cut that out. For this is a little bit too big, I would say. But if we want to decorate it, it would be perhaps a good idea to have it in this bigger size. But I think this and this space is a little bit small. So I will just cut that down a little bit so that we have a template for this thing as well. Okay, so I think that's a better width for this. I've just first cut a rectangle with my cutting machine, and then I've rounded the corners with this corner rounder thing so that I have a really good template for this. And now the problem is, of course, I can't put that here to this page, trace around and cut it out, because then I would have to cut into this page and I would have a hole here. I don't want that. So I've decided that I want to put something else on top. And for that, I want to use, I think, this paper here. So this comes from one of my own printables. It's the Tea Stained Butterflies printable. And I think the colors match really well here. And I've also used that here for the background. And I think Barbara's and my papers here fit really well together. We've realized that in the past as well, and I think it's the fact here also. So let's see what we can do. Can we perhaps have some of the... Can we have a part of this butterfly here? I think not. We have to decide for a more neutral background, because you can't really know where you have to exactly to cut that. Okay, so I think this would be a good idea. So I take this. What is that? I have some problems here on my paper. Okay, I don't care about that. We will use it in the other direction. Let's just put it like this. Or like this, to get this black splatters there. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so I will just go around here to get this shape, so that I know where I have to cut that out. And then I will just take my scissors and cut this out. Okay. So this will go like this, somewhere here. And now I have to decide, shall I tear that or... Yeah, I think so. So I will just tear around here. It's a little bit big because this page tab is here. This is a little bit big. Okay, so we will cover this up with something else later, but I also will tear a little bit more here to get this a little bit higher to this whole thing. Perhaps my window is a little bit big, but I want to decorate that window, so I have to have a little bit of space. Okay, I think that's good. And now we can take some plastic foil, some acetate, or how is that called in English? And I will just take this to my sewing machine and sew around here so that this acetate is connected with this little piece of paper. Okay, so here we go. This plastic thingy is now here attached to this little frame. And I think we can glue this here now. But I'm just thinking about turning this into a pocket at the same time. So I could glue it here and here and here so that I have the chance to put something in from here. Or we could put the glue here and here and here so that we have a top loaded pocket. And I think that's what I want to do. And this menu says this word Eintopf. So that means nothing else than that you take a pot, put everything, vegetables, potatoes, meat and that stuff in it, and then you cook it. I don't know if you know that overseas, but I can show you some pictures perhaps here on my phone when I have translated this word. I have found some pictures. So Eintopf is stew. And it looks something like, oh, can you see that? Something like this. Everything is in one bowl and it is cooked in there. And that means we can take our stuff, throw everything to the page and cook it, and then we are ready. So what do I want to say? I want to have something in here that imitates this mix, this, yeah, some kind of a meal that is made out of different ingredients cooked in one pot. And for that plan, I want to make something like an, how is that called, an index card with the help of Barbara's Savannah ephemeras. So here I have a piece of this ephemera sheet. As you can see, I have already used some of those pieces here. She has some belly bands, some banners, some tuck spots here, some of those flower elements that you can decorate with your own stuff as well, with some buttons, for example. Then she has these gorgeous tags here, really cool and a really unusual format, I would say. This one here is from this set as well. And where are my other tags? I had them here. Here are the two that I have left over. So that's not all. I have used some for the other video. But you can check out her shop and you can get 10% discount with the promo code that you can find down below in the description box. So please use that if you want to shop in Barbara's shop, then you can save 10%. And yeah, so I want to try to make something that goes in here, that goes a little bit crazy, perhaps as well. And for that I need an animal that I can put in here. So I want to have something similar like this little guy here for this window as well. And I'm just thinking if this lion would be a great addition to this little guy there on top. It's like, you know, this contrast of those both animals would be really great. This elephant would be great as well. I have to cut that to see which one would fit better as a focal point for something like an index card. So let's see. Can we perhaps put him inside here to see the proportion? That's not bad. Especially with this frame, that's not bad. This elephant is perhaps a little bit too small. I mean, that looks cool as well. Now I don't know what I shall do. With this tree in the background, I really like that. I really, really like that. Can we put them both in there? I mean, if I would tear that a little bit, that's too much. That brings the eye away from the main thing. My first idea was this lion, and I will go with the lion, I think. Yeah, I have to do that, otherwise I'm not happy. Okay, so both would work, but let's see. Okay, so then we have to manage to bring this lion to something like a card. And I want to have something like this shape here that you can have to take it out. Okay, so where do I have to cut that? I put that in here. Here's the glue. So I think I can go until here. Let's cut that there and let's see what will happen. Okay, so I'm a little bit surprised. It fits in there. Here my pocket comes off. That's not so great, but it fits in there. It's a little bit too long. I will just cut that here on the bottom as well. I think we will just tear this here. Sorry, Barbara. I always have to tear your stuff, but I can't stand it. Then I will cut the edge of this tag here and here like it is meant, so that I can line that up with my card here, and then I can cut out the rest there. Yeah, okay, so let's glue that. That's cool. That's really cool. I like this number here on this little belly band. So I will just take that and tear that out. We could put that here, or another great idea would be to put that here to cover this little area up a little bit. That looks a little bit strange. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But if I would put it to this card, this also would give me not so much contrast. I mean, the lion has this brownish colors that we have here in the frame as well. I think we will need something here that pops out a little bit more, so that you can realize that you can take this out. And perhaps we could use some of these flowers here, or something totally different. What shall I do? I also have printed out this sheet. So this is called European Postcards and Envelopes. That comes from 49 Dragonflies shop as well. I have planned to do something with these both girls for the dessert. But this has also these both guys here, and I think this could be great to add here. Let's see. Yeah, that looks really great. And then we can still decide if we want to put this number here on top or not. Or perhaps like this, I don't know. So I will first glue this down here. I think I will distress this a little bit as well. If these numbers would be a little bit smaller, then we could also put them here so that this little thing is peeking out here, but that's too big for my opinion. It's a little bit too big. And even if I think if I cut this here, it's still too big. Oh. Oh. Let's cut this black frame there. Here a little bit more. I think now it works. Yeah, I think now it works. I want to have a little bit, some kind of a darker frame around there. How can I manage that easily? I think I will just take a gray pen like this, and I will just carefully go around. Ooh! Carefully, Louise. Go around here. Ooh, this soaks into the paper really, really fast. Oh my goodness, what's that? I know why I normally don't use those pens. They are some kind of dangerous. Yeah, okay, so I want to have this here. Okay. I got these flowers the other day in a Happy Mail. I'm just thinking if we could somehow attach this thing here, perhaps like this, but this is, oh my god, this is really, really thick. Even if it's already pressed, I think it's really, really thick. But we also have these brown things there. I don't want to use those pink ones, but the brown ones could be perhaps a good idea. I think that would be a really great addition here. Perhaps not so much, or even here. Perhaps not so much, and it has to be glued really, really well, because I want to have the possibility to take this card in and out. So it has to be attached really well. We will do it. We will do that. We will make it in a way that it can work. Let's then take another piece of this acetate. Just cut that down approximately to the size of this envelope piece that I've glued down before. Then I put that here, this here, and now I will run that through my sewing machine. Here we go. So I think this looks really, really cute with this little flower here. On the back we have this here now, and we have this little thing here, and this screams to glue a postage stamp or something like that. And I have this little thing here from Barbara's Printable as well. I also have this one, and I think I like this better for here. So I have cut that out from the ephemera sheet after I have printed that out with my printer. I have left a little frame here, as you can see, really irregular, but parallel to this frame that this shape has. And then I will just round the corners, because this little element has round corners as well. And then I will take my punch here and go around here to make it look like a postage stamp. And I think this works really well with Barbara's printables. Of course, you can do that with other images as well. If you don't have a printable, or if you don't want to use this printable, you can do that with any other image as well that has a wide frame, or that you can cut out with a wide frame. Because this wide frame, of course, gives you this illusion that this is a postage stamp. You could also use a die cut if you have one in the right size and just cut that out, that would be probably the way. That takes not so much time, but this works as well, as you can see. I love it. Oh, let's see if that fits in here. Yeah, that fits really well. I like this with this number here. And that looks really cool. But I'm not so happy with this here. So this menu said we shall use an envelope. So we have an envelope, even if it's a fake envelope. Fabric and buttons. Fake envelope, fabric, button. Even if this was here before. So of course we will not leave this like it is here. I think we will put something here. Perhaps another piece, another tiny piece of fabric, and then a button on top. So I have this triangle here. What about that? Could that look cute? And we could sew another button here on top. So what is that? Oh my goodness. Where does this loop come from now? Can someone tell me that, please? Where is my plate of solutions? This is my plate of solutions. I will not take that off again. Definitely not. Definitely not. Nope. I think I have made something the other day that could match here. Let me see. I have made this little guy here, or this one. This is just a bulb pin with some wire where I have put these little things on. And why not using this loop to let this hang here? Yay, and it's long enough that it goes out of the journal. If I close the journal, it comes out here and it doesn't bring bulk to my journal. That's fantastic. That's really fantastic. Okay, so I would say we need something here, and then I'm finished, because when I have this page like this and I look to this white area, that looks not so great. Also, this writing here is not the yellow of the egg. I don't know if you can understand that joke, because it only makes sense in German, I think. We could also tear this in the shape of the image, like this. So let's put this triangle here as a tuck spot, perhaps here to this fold like this, so that we can use this as a tuck spot, this little area here, and this as well. And shall we distress that first? I have no distressing here. I'm a little bit sad about that. Can I perhaps get a little bit of the distress ink there. Where is it? Perhaps here to the edge. Tiny bit here perhaps, so that it makes sense to distress this piece as well. So let's glue that down there, and then I think we are finished for now. So in my next video you will see me creating the dessert of this menu in my blind date junk journal here, and there will also be a little surprise. I have thought about something that makes this journal series a little bit more special and a little bit more challenging for Susanne and me as well, and of course for you. Perhaps you want to search for a partner and exchange your journal and make something like this blind date journal project for yourself as well and for your partner. And for that, I have thought about an idea to make this a little bit more, exciting, a little bit more challenging. And that's also something that I want to show you in my next video. So if you want to know what that is, please watch it. And now we can put this little index card in here back again. And I think this distressing made a really big difference to this whole area. I really like that. Okay, so we have our fake envelope here. That's a little tuck spot now. As I said, you can put something underneath here. It will be no problem to flip the page because we have glued that here. Then we have this other side of this envelope thingy, and I'm just thinking while I'm talking about that, if I want to add a postmark here, perhaps. Will that destroy the whole thing? Will bring the attention away from the lion. But what about stamping a half postmark here? Oh my goodness. This area here is really plain, and I think that could be great. Yeah, I think I would like to try that. But like so. Hopefully I will not destroy it now. Please wish me luck. Ooh. Why have I done that? Why have I done that? Why? Okay, so now it's there. What do you think about this? Is that crazy? Okay, so let's try something. Okay. Susanne would say the grunge has happened. I think that's great. That's not what I wanted. Totally not what I had planned with this stamp. But that's great, I think. And I think it would be a great idea to splatter some white as well, to bring the contrast back here in this area. So let's see if we can do that. I will take some gesso that I've watered down. There's a little bit of coffee left on my brush, so let's see. I think that's better. Okay. I will let this air dry now, because I'm a little bit afraid of drying that with my heat gun. I don't want to blow the paint away, and I also have a little bit of a fear to melt my acetate here. So I hope you like this idea. I hope we will see the next time. Have fun finding your own blind date journal partner. I would be really happy to find out if you have found someone. So please leave a comment if you have made some experiences with this kind of journaling. And hopefully we will see the next time when I create the dessert of this menu and when I tell you something about this new challenging thing that comes with this blind date journal idea. Thank you very much for watching. Stay creative, stay healthy. Bye bye.